In this week's video, I want to talk about how to create a truly transformational coaching program. So one of the big things that holds a lot of coaches back is not really feeling totally confident in their coaching program, not feeling super clear about how the program is going to work, the results they're going to help their clients get. Maybe they're afraid of their clients not getting results. They're afraid of their clients not being happy, that their clients might want their money back after they work with them. All these things that happen. So check in with yourself. Has that come up for you? Because it comes up for so many coaches. And so I want to really talk about, what do you want to be thinking about when you're creating a truly amazing program? And one of the big things to think about is creating a program that is transformational. What goes into having a program that is going to allow your client to create that transformation? So go from being in one place in their life and feeling a certain way to having different results. That's really what we're helping our clients do, is to achieve certain goals, okay? So there's some things that you want to go through to really create this amazing transformational program. So the first one is knowing where your client is now, having a very clear picture of that, understanding how they're feeling, what's going on for them in their life, what are the things that are maybe sabotaging them, keeping them stuck. So understanding that. The next piece, number 2, is knowing where do they want to be. Once again, having a very clear picture of this. Where do they want to be? How do they want to be feeling? What do they want their life to look like? What do they want to be doing on a day-to-day basis? What is going to be different for them? And next, number 3, is knowing, okay, what are the big obstacles that are keeping my ideal client from being where they want to be? So looking at, where are they now? Where they want to be, what really is that path that they need to take, and what are the big obstacles that are standing in their way, okay? And then your program is really designed to give them a roadmap to get from where they are now to where they want to go, and helping them overcome those obstacles. So when I have consults with people, I'm understanding, these pieces. I'm understanding what are the big obstacles that are coming up for them, and communicating how I'm going to help them overcome those obstacles, okay? So there's a couple things that we want to go through that is going to help them overcome those obstacles. So really understanding, what does my ideal client need to know or learn? So there's a knowledge piece that goes into this. If it's around nutrition, like what nutrition things do they need to know or understand or learn to help them make the better decisions, or to understand why they may be making different decisions, okay? And then how do they need to be thinking? So this goes into the mindset piece. How do they need to be thinking differently to get the results they want, or to overcome these challenges or these obstacles that are standing in their way? And the next piece is really, what actions do they need to take? What do they need to do? So really having this roadmap of the specific actions that they're going to need to be taking to get them from where they are now to where they want to go. So once you have, I would brainstorm all those things, write it down. What do they need to learn? What knowledge do they need? How do they need to be thinking? What mindset shifts do they need to make? And what action steps do they need to take to get to where they want to go? And then after you have this all written down, put those things into topics or into specific categories. So really understanding, what are the main categories or the main topics that we will be covering? And then under each of those categories, what is the knowledge? What is the mindset shifts? And what are the actions that they'll need to take? Okay. So, and then this really happens through, having the three different things that you can be doing with your clients. So one is coaching. So this is just really through the talking that you're doing with your client. The next is through maybe handouts or resources that they need. So maybe you have a handout on, the steps to getting started with meditating. You could also do this through the coaching and just explaining it to people. Or maybe you're sending them to specific blogs where they could be getting recipes, right? So really, what are the resources that they need? And then the last piece may be any sort of worksheets that you may have them go through, only if necessary, Don't give them stuff that they don't need. So this is a big thing. Like, you're understanding like the difference between creating a transformation. You don't want to give your clients a bunch of information that they don't need or a bunch of worksheets to do just to do it. It's really about giving them the bare minimum of what they need to create that transformation, to overcome those obstacles. So transformation does not come through giving people a bunch of handouts and worksheets and giving them a bunch of stuff or just things to do, busy work. You really want to think about like, what's the real things that they need to do to create this transformation? And that is what you want to have in your program. So think about it as being a minimalist. And instead of giving them a bunch of stuff, because people aren't paying for stuff, they're paying for the transformation. So a lot of times a lot of my clients get caught up in like, I'm not giving them enough. Like they're going to want all this stuff for what they're paying for. No, they don't want a bunch of stuff. They don't want a bunch of homework to do. They want the transformation. So just thinking about giving them less, but giving them what they need to create that transformation. Okay. I have worked with coaches before that gave me tons of handouts. They have like all this stuff available, all these videos and stuff. Like a lot of times I don't end up using a lot of that because I just need what I need to create the transformation, okay? So I'd rather have less than giving me a lot of stuff and getting overwhelmed. So really think about this because this is something that a lot of people get caught up in. And that really comes into my next step, which is thinking about how long someone needs to create the transformation. So this is how long is your program. And not making it super long for no reason, but not making it too short either. So think about like, let's say you're gonna work with someone and that person, your goal as a client was to stop drinking, all right? And let's say your coach was like, I can help you stop drinking in, 6 months versus maybe I could help you stop drinking in 1 session. And I promise you'll never want to drink again, right? Like you're going to be like, yeah, let's do it in 1 session. Why not? Right. And that may be totally unreasonable for certain things that you're helping people with. But I want you to think about, once again, just like not giving your clients a bunch of stuff is not what they want. Just like making your program super long isn't what they want either. Like we think if we give them more, it's worth the investment, right? But I want you to think about what's the least I can give them and how's the simplest I can make it to help them get the transformation. Because once again, people want simple, streamlined. They don't want a bunch of stuff. So I just want you to think about this when you're creating a program, because a lot of times we're thinking, I need to give them more. And that's what makes the investment worthwhile, where really I just want to give them whatever they need to make the transformation, because that is what your client is paying for, the transformation. So give them less and just whatever they absolutely need to get the transformation, okay? So a little shift in your thinking about your program. We're always looking for the transformation. What do we need to do to help them get that transformation? So I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any questions that come up for you when you are creating your program that you feel like you're getting stuck in? Let me know in the comments below. Does this help as far as keeping things really simple? Once again, let me know. And if you want to dive a bit deeper into really the steps to creating an authentic and aligned business, even if you're an introvert, even if you're just getting started, even if you do not love social media, I have a free training that I'm going to link right below this video. Click on the link, go ahead and check it out. I know you're going to find it super helpful. And I want to thank you so much for joining me in this week's video, and I will see you next week.